The United States government will give you a lighthouse, a real one, a historic tower on the coast, yours to own for nothing, or if a few people want the same one, you bid for it. And here the price turns strange. Some have sold for the cost of a used car. One sold for $933,000. Same program, same kind of building. So which is it, free or nearly $1 million? The gap between those two numbers is the whole story. Here is what is going on. Back in 2000, a law called the National Historic Lighthouse Preservation Act gave the government a way to let go of the lighthouses it no longer needed. Modern ships navigate by GPS now, not by a keeper with a lamp. So hundreds of these towers became surplus property, expensive to keep, and no longer doing their old job. Since then, more than 150 lighthouses have left federal hands. And the split is the surprising part. 81 of them were handed over completely free to towns, non-profits, and preservation groups willing to take care of them. The other 70 were sold at public auction to the highest bidder. So when it is not free, what does the bidding actually look like? Take the Graves Light out in Boston Harbor. It opened at $26,000. By the end of the bidding, it sold for $933,000, the most anyone has ever paid for an American lighthouse. But that is the ceiling, not the rule. The Cleveland Harbor West Pierhead Light started at just $25,000 and closed at $425,000. And here is the giveaway about how little money this really is. Across every sale the government has ever run, all of them combined have raised only about $10 million. That is the total for an entire country's worth of history. It is the bottom of the range that gets people dreaming. In Michigan, the Keweenaw Waterway Lighthouse sold for about $88,000, less than the down payment on a city apartment. At a price like that, you start to do the math in your head. Maybe you think, I could actually own a lighthouse, and that exact thought is where people walk straight into the trap. Because the purchase price is the cheapest part of owning a lighthouse. Picture the Fairport Harbor West Lighthouse in Ohio. One buyer took it for $71,000, a bargain on paper. Then the real project began. Decades of salt air had been quietly eating the metal and the masonry from the outside in. Over the next 10 years, she poured more than $300,000 into the place just to turn it into somewhere you could live. None of that, not $1 of it, appears in the auction listing. The listing only ever shows you the door price. Now line those two numbers up because this is the moment the whole thing flips. $71,000 to buy it, more than $300,000 to fix it. That restoration is over 4 times the purchase price just to make the building habitable. So the true cost of a cheap lighthouse was never the cheap number you saw at auction. It is that number, plus a restoration bill that quietly dwarfs it. The sticker price is only the down payment. The building itself is the mortgage, and it comes due in full. And money is not even the only catch. On many of these towers, the light is not yours at all. The lamp is still a working aid to navigation owned by the Coast Guard, and you have to grant them permanent access to come and service it whenever they need to. A lot of these lighthouses sit offshore, on bare rock, with no road, no power line, and no running water. You reach them by boat when the weather allows it. And then comes the strangest bill of all. The man who paid that record $933,000 for the Graves Light, a tower on a bare ledge miles out in Boston Harbor, opened his mail one day to find a property tax bill from the nearby town of Hull. He had to take the town to court just to prove the lighthouse was not even inside its borders. In 2023, a judge agreed. His lighthouse, it turned out, did not legally sit in any town at all. Out here, you do not just buy a building. You inherit fights you never saw coming. Step back and put the money in perspective. A typical new home in America sells for around $426,000. Several of these lighthouses sold for far less than one ordinary house. On the surface, that looks like the deal of a lifetime, a slice of maritime history for the price of a kitchen renovation. But once you fold in the restoration, the boat access, and an upkeep bill that never stops arriving, that bargain quietly turns into one of the most expensive homes a person could ever choose to own. So who actually buys a lighthouse? Almost always one of two people. A town or a nonprofit taking one for free to save it for the next 100 years. Or someone who already knows the purchase price is the smallest check they will ever write and wants the thing anyway. Is it worth it? Not as a bargain, never as a bargain, only as a labor of love. The government is not handing out cheap real estate. It is handing you a very beautiful, very expensive promise. If number stories like this are your thing, subscribe. Every figure here is sourced, and the receipts are in the description.